Okay. Pretty sure that I am up. Gonna share this real quick. I should have shared it before I went live, but I was already late. Hello, Swati Dwa. How's you doing? Hello, Weirdo Rights. I am doing great. Gonna do some videos and some writing and some RP, which is gonna be awesome. Get all the things done. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I'm just gonna do it today. Also, Keelan is doing her 10K stream today. So if you want to give her a dual watch, you can. I basically have her playing in the background. I've got her on mute. That way she doesn't come over my... Yeah, you don't hear her over my stream. Good to know that you are doing well, Swati. Oh, I wanted to show you my thing. Made me think of you. Help me out for some self-love potion. Feeling a little low. Self-love potion. I do a number of things. I either glamour my lotions. I basically imbue stickers and then slap the sticker on whatever it is that I want to slather on my body. And I like organic coffee with hazelnut cream in it. And then I stir it in such a way that I invite good things. There's a bunch of things you can do. Turmeric, ginger, cinnamon. Actually, those three things would be fine. You can put in some sweetener of some kind. I would like honey, probably, and lemonade. Just like stir it up real good and drink it down real fast, and it is super good for you. It's great for your digestive system. It's great for your joints. It's it just feels good to the soul. So again, that's turmeric, ginger, cinnamon in lemonade, maybe some honey. Lemonade, and drink that down. That is my recommended self-love potion. That's my favorite one. Let's do a sprint at 10:40. That sounds good. Weirdo writes, if you are unfamiliar, Swati knows me from all of my witchy things. So I do a witchy stream in the morning. It would be dance-tastic. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you get some benefit from it. well, it's hard not to get benefit from it because of the ingredients, but like also, you know, take care of yourself. I'm drinking cherry pomegranate sparkling water. That's like my self-care drink. If I'm not drinking my golden milk, basically. I'm gonna write all the things. I thought I was gonna make videos, but the RP is too good right now. It's too good. I even have some honey chocolates. Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Both honey and chocolate. And to have them together would be quite effective, I think. Especially the darker the chocolate, the better. Oh my gosh. My Computron is like about ready to take flight. Chocolate made of honey. I am confused. Had a heated argument with, and he's a narcissist. Chocolate made of honey. So the sweetness of the chocolate is made with honey instead of sugar? Is that how that works? That sounds amazing. Also, welcome to my blanket fort. Okay, it is totally 10:40. Let's do a writing sprint. Yeah, I bet it's super tasty. Hi, Shelby. We're just about to get into a sprint. Let's start with a 10-minute so that we can kind of like warm up. I know most of you have been hanging out with Keelan, so you've probably already been warming up, but I haven't been writing all morning, so I need to warm up. And I will see you guys in 10 minutes after 3, 2, 1. Timer start. Okay, that was productive for me. Probably got about 250 words because I also went to the bathroom and grabbed some chips and, you know, for 10 minutes, not too shabby. How did you guys do? I'm not going to munch on chips while I am talking. There's not going to be a thing. I have hunger. But I'm going to wait until lunch to attack last night's leftovers. My husband made this like chicken enchilada bake thing that was amazing. So I'm going to have that for lunch today. It'll be fine. We'll do another in 10 minutes. Well, at the top of the hour. 51 words from Weirdo Writes. My math is going to be fun. Hopping between yours and Keelan's and Camille. Oh, son of a gun. Yeah. I will. And also tonight is AuthorTube karaoke at 4 Eastern. Totally a thing. Let's see here. Let us see. Ask a Witch Q&A. I am taking questions in general, however, comma. Alright, the question is every witch a Wiccan? The short answer is no. The long answer is there's no one thing that every witch is. There are Wiccan witches, there are Christian witches, there are Jewish witches, Buddhist witches, like me, Catholic witches, Satanist witches, Muslim witches, a witch for whatever you believe. The House Witch Coven is pretty eclectic with their own beliefs, and none of them are Wiccan, and they are all witches. They also consider witch to be a political term somewhere between socialist and anarchist with a little green rainbow party thrown in as a treat. So yes, you can be a purely political witch. Hello, Mary Wimbley. It's good to see you. I'm just answering witchy questions in between sprints. We're going to do another at the top of the hour. We'll probably do a 20-minute at the top of the hour. Because I have some stuff I want to do today. Also, if you are... there's only a minute and a half left of her thing. But if you are... Keelan's stream is linked in the chat. She is streaming simultaneously. Today she is doing a 10K day. Every Saturday I do this 10:30 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. Usually it's 10 in the morning, but I was running a little behind today. And allotted myself the time. Yum, 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 yum. All right, let's answer another question. What is it with the witches and the moon? Short answer, it's so pretty. Long answer, the moon is the closest celestial body to the Earth, so we feel its pull more strongly than any other planet, see tides or gravity. Its phases reflect the cycles in our own bodies and vice versa, especially for folks who menstruate or track their hormonal fluctuations. The shadowy moon is also the natural balance to the illuminating sun, who tends to get all the glory. We need both night and day, dark and light, to stay sharp. You could say that the sun represents the conscious, deliberate thought, while the moon rules the subconscious, intuitive dream world. Witches dance between both worlds, of course, but reaching the moony psychic realm is usually the goal of spell work or meditation. On a practical note, the moon provides us a very consistent, non-human made, read non-patriarchal calendar and a great way to visualize spell work. When the moon is getting bigger, we're drawing in abundance. When the moon is getting smaller, we're shedding what we don't need and giving offerings for the next cycle. The full moon is for celebration and gratitude and manifestation. The dark moon is for contemplation when the moon seems invisible in the sky. And the new moon is set for intentions. Boop, 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 boop. 3 more minutes. I'll answer another question. How do crystals work? Short answer, science, and also magic. Long answer, crystals are from the earth, which automatically makes them magic, so jot that down. Everything in the whole universe, including you, vibrates with energy. That's real science. Crystals, being made of powerful minerals and rigid structures, deliver really even, consistent vibrations, which is why we put them in our clocks and our computers to keep energy flowing. We even work with these same minerals in our medicine, like lithium, which is found in antidepressant anti-depression medication, as well as lepidolite crystals. So we can probably guess that lepidolite vibes can be a helpful addition to any self-care routine. You don't have to believe in crystals for them to work, they just do. So yes, hide that black tourmaline in your mom's car to protect her during commutes. Ooh, 1 more minute. Ooh, 1 more minute. I'm gonna set this for 20 minutes. And we gonna start as soon as the clock turns 11. Oh my gosh, the tension. I can't stand it. Alright, anyway. 3, 2, 1. I'm hitting start on that timer now. Okay. Just had a notification go by and be canceled just as quick. All right. I wanted to say hello to Get Mad with Cad the Lad. And welcome back, Doll. Also, Elsie Clements is streaming. So is Camille Myrick at the same time. Everybody's streaming today. All the Saturday people. I'm also watching my friend who is a chain mailer. He is making chain mail on his Twitch. So I am simultaneously watching that, supporting as many people as I possibly can this morning. Shelby is getting some beta reading done this morning. I should be doing the same, if we're being honest. I was gonna beta for Becca and Hina. Which means I have 3 books to read before August, basically, and I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Because I'm a slow reader. Oh, by the way, we will do another sprint at the 30. I keep a strict schedule. Sup, Eva? How you doing? Mary got almost to the end of a chapter editing, which is amazing. Get Mad with Cad the Lad is now jumping between 3 live streams. This seems like a good idea. Lol. Doll says, I'm a very slow reader too. So I get it. Definitely get it. I read completely. I don't often skim because I miss a lot of details. And I really get immersed in what I'm reading. Eva says, I had them all muted till now, working and then hopping on my own in betweens. That sounds awesome. I'm gonna check on... Oh, Keelan is on another sprint. I missed her entirely. My chainmail friend is making a chainmail owl. He's calling it a Hedwig. Which is awesome, because my mom is like super into owls, so I'm considering commissioning him to make an owl for my mom. Shelby says, oh wait, yeah, Shelby says, I'm slow too, especially with beta reading, because I want to make sure I'm really paying attention. Amen. Doll says, I cannot skim because the robot cannot skim. Gotcha. I like spotting details and pause and think about the details. I concur. Absolutely. Absolutely understand. Cad the Lad says, as one writes, I have the one talking on mute, if that makes any sense. If they line up like that. Keelan basically decides, like, when she gets through the comments, that's when they do another thing. And my favorite belly dancer is now hosting a class right now. All the people doing the cool things. Eva says, I don't make time to read. I read quickly when I read. I just don't have the focus to stay with one thing as long as reading takes. I very rarely finish books. I will start them, but I very rarely finish them. And it's not for want. It's just very taxing. I get into phases of reading and love it when that happens. Amen. Saturday got crowded. Yeah, no kidding. Eva says, it's nano season. Yeah, no kidding. I'm not doing the daily streams like I did in April. But I am going to be doing like daily videos probably today and after. I have a lot of catch up to do. Stretchy, scratchy. 5 more minutes till we sprint. 5 more minutes till we sprint. Indeed. Alright, let's look at another witchy question. I bet you already know how to work with crystals. Almost everyone who asks, what do I do with them, immediately follows it with, put them in my pocket, under my pillow, on my work desk, hold them while I meditate. Correct? You smart witches. Alright, how do I cast a love spell? Short answer, on yourself. Long answer, casting love spells on other people without their consent is not cool. Witches love consent. Better to cast a spell on yourself for recognizing your own attractive qualities and opening yourself up to receiving love. One of our favorite muses, the Nude Witch, wrote you this gorgeous self-love spell as a suggestion. I can link it in the chat. Thinking it in. Oh, Alley Cat can't stay, but stopped in to give a like. Thank you very much, lady. Doll says I finish books, so I have to learn how to structure things so I can support people instead of just hiding in a dark room to read. Yeah. Thankfully, I don't think anyone is streaming on July 16th, so I'm going to stream then. 16th, 17th, 18th. I'm pretty sure that is the Evergreen Resort, not resort, but, it's like a conference, basically. Retreat, there we go. Hello, Raja. 3 more minutes till we sprint. Anyway, I was saying, self-love spell. Yep, this is pretty solid. So when we're talking about love spells, we also got to talk about hexes. Short answer, we hex systems, not people. If we truly believe in the balance and flow of energy in the universe, we don't want to waste our own energy dishing out punishments that aren't ours to give. Energy is better spent on healing ourselves, not harming others. Healing ourselves is justice. That being said, we don't really subscribe to the whole what you put out comes back to you ×3 rule. That's a little too specific, and we would never try to stifle someone's righteous anger. We're not love and light no matter what witches. We're honor your feelings witches. We hex things like capitalism, the patriarchy, racism, colonialism, things that we can come together to eradicate. Systems that make people act the way they do, not the people themselves. Making offerings to the opposite is the way to hex. Considering delivering groceries to disabled neighbors, or offering $2 to a local native tribe or a mutual aid fund next time you hex the system. How does one protect themselves from hexes? Short answer, firm up those boundaries. Long answer, here's the secret. Most perceived person-to-person hexes and curses are totally subconscious. By that I mean if you think someone is cursing you, they're most likely reflecting their negative energy at you and you're savvy enough to notice. But congrats, you've already the higher ground because you're a witch and your conscious intentions eclipse their subconscious ones. We're talking about boundaries a lot in witchcraft. drawing your energy to yourself so it can be infiltrated by someone else. Here's a great exercise for pulling your energy back in. Also carry the brilliant Dory Midnight's Boundaries in a Bottle, which you can spritz on and around yourself as a magic suit of armor. Another couple of links. Basic psychic development. Oh, it's 11:30. Oh, that no longer exists. That's unfortunate. And Boundaries in a Bottle. $25. Goddamn. But it's got really cool stuff in it that I do not own. Boop. Boundaries in a Bottle. I also am a firm believer in Florida water. I need to make some more. Really good at cleansing, so while it doesn't create boundaries, it does cleanse things around you, or cleanse yourself. Essentially what happens is I use essential oils, but you can use actual flowers to just like stuff it in to some cheap ass vodka, steep it forever, shake it like it owes you money, and then spritz things until it feels like home. Like, just Florida water is great. You can also buy it on Amazon, but I prefer to make my own. Doll Hex's Ableism, absolutely. I want to go to the Evergreen Resort, no kidding. Love the witchy talk this morning, no problem. Doll says, this is so true, I need to work on my boundaries again. I do it, but it's never permanent ritual, and I have to improve on that. Permanent wards, I recommend imbuing your jewelry that you wear all the time. I strongly recommend that. So it's 11:32, let's do a 20-minute sprint. Let us do another sprint. Let's do this in... I think for the next sprint, I'm going to work on my personal tarot. Nice! Creating a deck for your story. I also created a deck. I will link it. Oops. Temperature. Interesting. Gotta track it down. Light Eater's Tarot. It's good that when you Google it, my art comes up. Boop. My tarot deck. The Light Eater Tarot. I created it. It took me a year to draw it. It's in black and white except for the major arcana. It has bits of gold and red. Take a look at it, buy a copy, do whatever you gotta. I use it for shadow work. It tells things like it is. I'm gonna post a photo of it to Instagram maybe. I think that's a great idea. And we will start in 3 and 2 and 1. And start and mute. Lol. Alright. So, I'm also watching my chainmail friend, I'm watching his Twitch stream on my TV, and he is talking about making a chainmail Merry Widow. I am here for it. I'm very amused. Alright. How did you guys do? I did pretty good. I think I would have done better if I actually would have written my thing on domains. But it'll happen. It'll happen. I also ate some lunch. And RP'd some. So I probably put in another 500 words into this RP. It's getting sexy. It's getting sexy. Let's see. How did you guys do? How did you guys do? For those who are still here. Shelby says, got to work on my own writing that time, trying to cut out some words. Are you an overwriter? I am not an overwriter, I am an underwriter. So when I edit, I usually put in another, like, double the word count, basically, or a third the word, like another third pops up. Let's see. Cad the Lad says, I started the death card, nice, and this and the devil card are the only ones I know the image for. Nice. Hi, Bobby Da. How are you doing? Bobby Da Sharma. We're writing and talking about witchy stuff. We're going to do another sprint in 4 minutes at the top of the hour. The timer is already ready to do its thing. Is there tarot readings? There are not. I am simply answering questions for, I think my tags might be wrong, but I can't edit my tags. All right. I can't edit my tags. So I have no idea what my tags are. Sorry, Bobby Da. But if you have any witchy questions, I would love to answer them. Shelby says, yes, for sure. In my defense, it is high fantasy, but still. Raja edited 20 pages, have the draft printed, so I don't know the word count. I do something very similar. I like to print out my first draft, or when I'm working on my second, or, you know, print out my second draft if I'm working on my third, etc. So that I can look and type, unless I have two monitors, in which case I can just like look and type that way. But if you are handwriting, that also makes it tricky. You kind of, technically you kind of like estimate how many words you put in a line. I, for instance, put like about 10 words in a line, so I can count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Makes it easier. I was going to answer another question, but it's already 2 minutes till our next sprint. Again, if you are not too busy and you mute and jump like I do, no, not handwriting, I gotcha. Keelan, oops. Hold up. Keelan, copy, paste, Keelan's stream. She is doing a 10K day, so even when I stop, she's gonna keep going. because Keelan basically goes on until she is done. She does not have an end time. Mary says, I'm halfway through the last scene in this chapter. I'm so proud of you. Forgot how long it was. I know those feels. I'm both an underwriter and an overwriter. Underwrite descriptions of settings, overwrite filler, and dialogue. That's unfortunate. You should try and reverse that. Your tarot deck is awesome, by the way. Thank you! It is very dark. It is autobiographical. And it tells people like it is. It kind of clubs people over the head a little bit. And most of the witches that have purchased my deck mostly keep it for the art because the deck is too dark to throw. Random, but why are circles so hard to draw? It takes a lot of practice. Alright, let's get back to sprinting in 3, in 2, and 1, and start, and Okay. Making headway on domain. Put in another 5,000 words on the RP. And I might have wrapped it up so I can work on other things. How did you guys do? Keelan's in another sprint. What you guys do? I'm also watching my friend make this owl out of chainmail. It's kind of cool. It could also be a cicada, if you look at it differently. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Doll says same. Underwrite descriptions, overwrite emotions, just write dialogue. Mary replies, yep, I'm bad about veering off into melodrama when I write emotional scenes, and Jamie has to keep me in check on that. Lol. Shelby is slowly making her way through editing this chapter, which is excellent news. Oh, Raja. I just noticed that you are editing and then copying it to the electronic file. Totally cool way of doing it. Like the red pen thing, and then just like rewriting it with your notes as you go. I find that very useful. I found it useful for this book that I'm going to be releasing in November. It is hypnotic to watch someone chainmail something to death. Let's see. Cad the lad ended up switching between drawing the death card and fixing mistakes on the devil card. Awesome. Sometimes you gotta step away from your project for just a couple hours to come back and see what it is that you have done to it. Mary is still on that last scene. Things are looking dire for our hero. Bad guy has him right where he wants him. And yep, Raja is using a red pen. I see you. We got 7 minutes until our next sprint, or 6 minutes until our next sprint. Let's see. A lot of witchcraft texts talk about masculine and feminine energy, but I don't subscribe to gender binary. Can I not do spells? Short answer, you can do whatever the fuck you want to. Long answer, just like everything, gender is a social construct. Some folks say that working with these energies in spell work is more like a way to demonstrate the dual energies that exist simultaneously in everyone, rather than honoring a strict binary or assigning gender roles. But it's also totally valid not to feel that way. Not everyone sees masculine and feminine as polar opposite, and that's correct too. Honestly, we could go on forever about the intricacies, there we go, of gender identity, but that wasn't the question, was it? Energy balancing in your spell work could include working with light and shadow. Remember that light isn't good and shadow isn't bad. Light can be blinding, dark can be protective. Some witches use light and dark duality to justify racism, and we say fuck that noise. Sun and moon, the elements, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. The corners, i.e. the directions, north, south, east, west. Wet and dry, polished and rough, color wheel, pride flag, all of that stuff. Natasha says, I feel so normal when I'm hearing others do the same thing. Right on. Working with contrast is what I do best. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Gender is a construct. This is why you're my favorite person. Aww. This is what I say all the time. Show this comment. Same phrasing and all. So, on my shrine, I also have Ganesh. And so in the Chaos Witch group that I'm in, we don't necessarily subscribe to super masculine or super feminine. We subscribe to, we call them Vatrons. I consider Ganesh a Vatron because while Ganesh is technically male, he's not like super masculine. I consider him a Vatron. Recently, I've started working with Cyrano, who is decidedly masculine. He is kind of like a god of masculinity. But I have been following the Dark Mother and her roots for so long. It didn't occur to me that my practice had gone entirely feminine and was lacking the duality. Though I would like to blur the lines where I can. I kind of feel like I'm the blurred line a little bit. All my photography was about contrasts, light and shadow. Yes, I was going to ask you, Sako, if you've ever heard the term Avapani or similar. This term came to me in a dream. No, I've never heard that. Avapani. Never heard that. Should I Google it? Hinduism, Sanskrit. Come on, open. In Hinduism. Refers to the three aspects. According to that, i.e. playing of instruments, which precedes the start of Iaya, is called Avapani. Avapani, it's a long A, is also mentioned as part of the rules used in the playing of drums, puskara. According to Natya Sastra, chapter 33. So, Natya Shastra, that's really tough, refers to both the ancient Indian tradition of performing arts, i.e. Theatrics, drama, aren't the same thing, dance, music, etc., as well as the name of a Sanskrit work dealing with these subjects. It also teaches the rules for composing dramatic plays, nataka, and poetic works, kavya. Discover the meaning of Avapani. Very fascinating. The word is real. It is a Sanskrit word talking about art. The three aspects. Super cool. Oh, 12:30. Let's do that sprint. Let's do that sprint in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Yeah, poetry. Okay. Just kind of like mapping out the rest of my day. Worked a little bit on the main script, which I'll probably record at our next, oh well, we're going to be wrapping up the stream, but I will be working on videos. It will be good. The domain one will probably go up today. Probably. I will release daily until I am caught up. I will release daily till I'm caught up. Alright, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I could use a nap. A nap after this might be in order. That might be... Mary is at the end of the chapter finally. Just need to trim a few more words. Good, good. Good, 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 good. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Oh. Interesting about the Avapani thing. Let's see. It's basically 8 minutes, 7 minutes till I wrap up. Most common questions to ask a witch. No such thing as a silly question. That... Number 1. Do you worship the devil? No. Just no. Witches do not believe in that particular entity. As Sandra Bullock's character Sally stated in Practical Magic, there is no devil in the craft. In fact, many witches will tell you that they don't actually worship their deities. Instead, witches simply have a relationship with them. It is similar to having a very wise friend that you can talk to and work with towards a goal. The devil is from another pantheon entirely. Unless you work with the framework of that pantheon, the devil has no bearing. Asking a witch if they worship the devil is like asking a Baptist if they worship Apollo. It doesn't apply. For those who claim that the devil disguises himself as other beings, again, no. This is like telling a Baptist that Apollo is disguising himself as their god to deceive the Baptist religion. I will also state that I am simply using Apollo as an illustration. I am not equating him with any other being known as the devil. Now, follow-up question. Do you worship nature? If you were present at my witchy talk this morning, I did talk about tapping into the nature of urban cities for those of us who live in a city and not in a rural area. So this gets muddy, but let's see. Witches, indeed, and most pagans have a strong kinship with nature. We believe that we are connected to all things. Nature follows a rhythm. It awakens, it thrives, it produces, it readies itself for sleep, and it goes dormant. As stated above, witches do not quite worship nature, but rather we work in harmony with other energies. Nature provides a model for us to observe. It also allows us to follow a rhythm of our own as we take time to plant seeds, actual crops or ideas, for instance, nurture, tend, and harvest. A witch's relationship with nature is often very respectful, sacred, and caring, but no, we do not worship nature. Shelby got 359 words that time, switched to a different project. Doll says, so true, the devil belongs in Christian sun, mostly. Christianity, yes. It doesn't apply. Connection with nature is a thing for Doll. Absolutely. Absolutely. I also talked about the hum or the thrum of energy that is in a city. It is also a different energy in graveyards, at nodes, places of power within the city. I don't worship anything. Worshipping is just not my approach. Ditto. I work with deities. I work with the deities in that shrine. Though I'm probably pointing at a fat lot of nothing because the timer is in the way. I wanted to thank you all for joining me for this day of sprints. If you are still itching to get some writing done or to hang out, I think it is wise to hop over to Keelan's stream. Go ahead and hop over there. She's still doing sprints. She'll be doing them for another 2 hours. Then she'll be taking a break. Hit up BC Brown for the karaoke day. If you are a writer, you are more than invited to come and watch and or sing if you really want. We will put a link in the chat and you can join us if you like. So, and also, thank you very much for this stream. Keelan is streaming, and also Lauren Sevier is also streaming, as is a bunch of people. Oh my god, Nightbot is going nuts. Take a break and take a swig. Alright. Mary says, thanks for streaming. This was fun as always. Yeah, it was a good time. I will be doing it next Saturday. Oh boy. Maybe not, because the Evergreen retreat thing is still a thing. So, I will figure it out. But either way, I will be here tomorrow at early in the morning at 9 a.m. to talk about witchy stuff. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.